The effects of global warming have been evident in many parts of the world, with many climatic conditions becoming extreme. Kenya experienced one of the most prolonged drought seasons, with a third of the population facing starvation due to massive food shortage. Formerly reliable rainfall had erratic patterns, causing a drastic drop in food production, thus increased food prices. Livestock health was also affected due to lack of pasture and water. Malnutrition levels increased, especially among vulnerable groups in the pastoral, agro-pastoral, and marginal agricultural districts. Among those affected are the Maasai, who are a semi-nomadic people. Their income is based on rearing and trading livestock such as cattle, goats, and sheep. With the grazing lands limited and the opportunities for territorial expansion no more, the large herds furthered environmental degradation of Maasai land through overgrazing and consequent erosion. In the recent drought, hundreds of livestock died, thus substituting the traditional animal keeping practice with agriculture. On subsistence scale, production of foodstuff such as maize, potatoes and kales has been embraced. A sustainable relief project supported by Action by Churches Together through the Anglican Church of Kenya was implemented in 2 of the 9 ACK development units, namely Kajiado and Ukamba. The project interventions were provision of certified planting seeds, beekeeping, rehabilitating water structures, restocking goats and sheep, and capacity building. To support the women who are vulnerable to disasters, there was need for restocking the goats for continued source of milk, meat, and also trading with other items. In Kajiado, 71 households in Oloilalei, Olorukoti, and Emarti areas were identified, each receiving 2 sheep and 1 goat. Selection criterion for the response areas was based on the extent of the drought and the vulnerability of its people, i.e. the elderly, widows, those offering support to HIV and AIDS affected and infected people, who were identified by the community committees.
Tulipokuwa tukichagua hii kamati ilipokuwa ikichagua watu wa kuwapea mbuzi, hawakuwa wanachagua tu watu wa kanisa. Walikuwa wanachagua watu kulingana na mahitaji yao katika kijiji hii. Kama wanakuja kanisa, kama wanaenda hata kwa makanisa mengine, kwa sababu kama hawaendi kanisa kabisa, sisi tuliwapa tu.
During the drought, most people lost their donkeys. Thus, women and children had to walk long distances to fetch water, carrying 20-liter jerrycans on their backs. A shallow well in Intinyika was dug and water tanks for storage installed, thus providing water for the locals and their livestock. The other alternative livelihood practice includes beekeeping for medicinal value and honey for commercial purposes. Oltiasika in Kajiado district was selected for beekeeping due to its geographical positioning near the Chulu Hills. The rural community-based organization selected a group for training on traditional beekeeping and management as a way of diversification. Another area that was considered is the Ukamba region, which is susceptible to frequent water shortages. Several households have no storage capacity and fetch water on a daily basis, a task which is inefficient, laborious, and time-consuming. The main source of income is subsistence agriculture, but unfavorable climatic condition in the region is one of the factors leading to frequent food shortage and increasing poverty. In the drought response project, sustainable livelihood initiatives were done through rehabilitation of sandams, purchase of small stocks of sheep and goats, and distribution of certified drought-resistant seeds. Subsurface groundwater dams technology is being adopted as one of the ways of water storage for livestock, irrigation and domestic use, especially in arid or semi-arid areas.
You see now we have these three subsurface dams. One is known as Kwaskali subsurface dam, the other Pamzili subsurface dam, and then Bongoni subsurface dam. It serves approximately 2,000 people who comes from 4 villages.
The communities were mobilized to prepare the site and collect locally available construction materials such as sand, water and concrete. 3 subsurface dams along Mutangu River were constructed.
The depth for the sand dam is 4 meters deep up to the bedrock, and for the length across it's 46 meters for the 3 of the sand dams. We provided the hardware materials, cement, we provided the wire 8. Then after the sand dam was complete, it took 3 months, and the community accesses the water by scooping water from the sand. The water is clean and the community can drink it even without boiling.
The sand dam is made of concrete blockwork or masonry founded on rock or some other impermeable material across a seasonal river basin. When it rains, the slow-moving water is stored under the sand, acting as a natural filter and reservoir. The community accesses water which was harvested during the short rain season by scooping water from the sand. The subsurface reservoirs are recharged through flash floods originating from rainy seasons. In Ukamba, the Toggenburg and Gala goats distributed through 6 community-based organizations have upgraded local breeds through interbreeding, thus improving milk and meat production. Each beneficiary constructed a goat's pen as a contribution to the project. The milk from the dairy goats has been used both commercially and for domestic use. Distribution of seeds had a great impact since the farmers had consumed the harvest in the drought season and most of them could not afford or even access certified seeds to plant in their farms due to prolonged drought. The rains were successful and the farmers both harvested the produce from their farms and have seed for the next season.
Vile nimefuna nimetuanga nikapata kilo 80 hivi, nikapeana tebe moja huko kwetu kwa ajili ya kukuwa na mvua na wakapande mvua huu. Ile inaendelea kunyesha. Zile zingine mimi nikauza, nikapeleka shule karo ya mtoto. Kuna mtoto ako shule, nimenisaidia kulipa karo yake pia. Lakini nimebakisha niko na kidogo, ile naendelea na tena nimepanda tena kwa shamba langu.
Unlike other drought responses where periodic relief food is provided, the intervention ensured disaster risk reduction measures were taken. For sustainability, the livestock will continue to reproduce, households will have seeds for the next season, and the water points will keep recharging every other season. With the established community leadership structures, the activities will continue long after the project period.